John Maxwell was right. You don't change your reality until you change your leadership within. Have you ever felt like you were running, yet standing still? Like your life was caught in a mysterious loop? Every time you push forward, something invisible pulls you back? Maybe you've tried for years to reinvent yourself, change your habits, rebuild your relationships, and still, no matter how much effort you put in, you end up back at the same point. It feels like running on a treadmill inside a crystal cage. From the outside, you smile, you work, you look fine, but inside, something is misaligned. And in that quiet space of frustration, a whisper arises. A whisper that doesn't shout, but carries truth. You cannot change your outer reality until you first change your inner leadership, until you guide your mind instead of being dragged by it, until you shepherd your emotions instead of being enslaved by them, until you take ownership of the story you've been telling yourself, because your outer world is nothing more than the reflection of your inner world. True change begins in the private, sacred place only you can lead. And in that place, John Maxwell's truth comes alive. Everything rises and falls on leadership. But here's the secret. This isn't only about companies or nations. This is about you, your soul. The invisible battlefield. We've been trained to fight outward battles, new jobs, new cities, new goals. But the most important war is not fought outside. It's the silent battlefield within. The struggle against thoughts that circle like vultures. The emotions buried for years, weighing on your chest like chains. The broken identity you never knew how to repair. We were taught to manage schedules, but not our hearts. To achieve, but not to align. To produce, but not to pause. And the more we ignore it, the louder our soul cries for direction. Because without inner leadership, outer success is fragile. It only takes one storm to reveal the cracks. Jesus said, "The kingdom of God is within you." Yet we keep looking for it in paychecks, relationships, and applause. But no applause can awaken the leader that sleeps within. The voices within. Your greatest obstacles are rarely external. They are the voices inside of you, and these voices are subtle. They come dressed as logic, as caution, as wisdom. They whisper, "Don't try. You'll fail again. Stay where you are. At least it's safe. Don't dream too big. Be realistic." And disguised as reason, they strangle your faith. But those voices are not you. They are echoes, leftovers from wounds, fear, rejection. Unless you learn to separate fear's voice from your spirit's voice, you will obey chains that don't even exist anymore. And here is the truth. Once you recognize a lie, it loses power. If you can name the voice, you can replace it. God doesn't call you by your mistakes. He calls you by the potential He placed inside of you. When His voice grows louder than every other, you are reborn as a leader from the inside out. That's when transformation begins. The 3 pillars of inner leadership. 1. Order your inner world before conquering the outer world. Many chase wealth, love, and success from a place of inner chaos. But anything built on disorder will collapse. The visible is sustained by the invisible. Jesus spoke of 2 builders, one on rock, one on sand. The storm came for both, but only one stood firm. To order your inner world is to dare to be still, to face emotions instead of running, to forgive yourself for what you didn't know then. A leader is not measured by how high they rise, but by how steady they remain when everything outside shakes. That is the power of inner order. 2. Heal your identity before dreaming big. A wounded identity cannot sustain a great destiny. It's like building a skyscraper on sand. Proverbs says, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." Not as he pretends, not as he appears, but what he truly believes within. Healing identity is not shallow affirmations. It's letting God show you how he sees you, chosen, worthy, strong. Imagine walking every room with that identity. You no longer beg for validation. You carry it. That alone changes everything. 3. Lead with God or don't lead at all. You can have charisma, titles, and strategies, but without God, it remains limited. Jesus said, "Apart from me, you can do nothing." Not a little less. Nothing. This changes everything. Moses didn't part the Red Sea by power, he obeyed. David didn't kill Goliath with skill, he killed him with faith. Jesus didn't conquer from a throne, he conquered from a cross. Real leadership is not about domination. It's about surrender. It's about roots deeper than storms. Awakening the hidden leader. Think of Gideon. When God called him, he was hiding, insecure, afraid, but God called him mighty warrior. Maybe you feel the same, hidden, overlooked, unqualified. But just because you are hidden doesn't mean you are lost. You are like a lamp hidden under a bed. The lamp didn't lose its light. It was simply misplaced. The moment it connects to power, it shines, and so will you. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. No stage, no power, no freedom. But he led himself in silence. He refused to let bitterness lead him. He mastered his soul behind bars. And when he emerged, he transformed a nation. If you can win the war within, there is no limit to what you can transform outside. That's leadership. A daily practice. For the next 7 days, try this. Each morning, hand on heart, declare, "Today I lead my soul with faith and purpose. Today I walk with God." Each night, ask yourself, did I lead with vision or react from fear? Did I act with clarity or did chaos lead me? And every day, write one truth of identity. I am guided by Spirit. I was created to shine. I do not walk alone. God walks with me. The final call. Maybe you don't feel ready. Maybe doubt whispers louder than faith. But God doesn't call the ready. He calls the willing. He saw your tears when no one else did. He knows your silent battles, and still, He calls you. When you place your willing soul in His hands, there is no past He cannot heal. No story He cannot rewrite. This is your moment, not tomorrow. Now, say it with me. I am the leader of my soul. Not because I have no fear, but because I refuse to let fear lead me. I choose silence over confusion, direction over distraction, purpose over comfort. My mind is clear, my heart is steady, my spirit is awake. I don't wait for the world's validation. I already have God's validation. I am walking in it now. I am the leader of my soul, and this is the beginning of my awakening. Share this with someone who needs to remember who they are.